pray. On this day of celebration, we give thanks for the rich inheritance we have received from this university, for the insight and imagination of others, and for friendships shared. We give thanks for the support of family and friends who encouraged us to achieve our goals. Bless all our graduates as they journey forth from here to their different places and countries of work. Those who will use their newfound wisdom to push forward the frontiers of science, seeking to address the needs of the world, bringing health and healing to those in need. Those who will use their skills to promote greater understanding of the world and management of all its resources, and who will go on to become innovative and responsible leaders, seeking to build a sustainable future for all our communities here and around the world. We give thanks for all our graduates. May they meet each new opportunity with a bold and daring spirit and find great happiness in all that they do. Amen.
Please be seated. I now call on the Principal and Vice-Chancellor to address the Assembly.
Chancellor, Baillie Helen Wright, graduands, and all our guests, welcome to Dundee. Welcome to the sunniest city in Scotland. The sun will break out, and if it doesn't break out outside, then certainly it's going to break out here inside. I think there's so much sunshine in the hall today, well, we could bottle it. Helen, that's not a bad idea. Dundee Sunshine Bottle. Yeah, it's one we could build on. Welcome to celebrating the achievements of the class of 2024. Well done, class of 2024. It's really such a privilege. It's such a wonderful sight to stand here and look at you all. This is the best view in the hall, by the way, to see all these smiling faces. I'd quite like to see some even bigger smiles as we go forward. The newest generation of graduands, about to be graduates, not yet, of the University of Dundee. I want to start off by doing a bit of settling of nerves, because graduation can be a bit of a nervous moment. It can be a little bit of trepidation, but there's nothing to be nervous about. This is about you all enjoying yourself, because you've done it. You've achieved what you set out to achieve. So, graduands, guests, I encourage all of you to really use this as a celebration. Make noise. Stomp, clap, howl, cheer. Raise the roof of this great old hall, the Caird Hall. Because lots have tried to raise the roof before you, and they've failed. Well, our illustrious rector remembers a day, sorry Keith, I do too, of bands like Led Zeppelin and The Who playing here and trying to make the place fall down. They couldn't. They were loud. I think The Who, you said, was louder than Led Zeppelin. Well, that's probably because Led Zeppelin were more musical. And my notes say that parents amongst you will know who I'm talking about, and I suppose my reflection these days, Kate, is it's maybe grandparents that know what we're talking about. But groups like the Arctic Monkeys, the View, so many acts have been here in the Caird Hall trying to bring down the house. And it's still standing. The balconies are strong. You can afford up there guests to stomp, to shout, to cheer, and I encourage you to do that. In fact, actually, the Chancellor and I, and we're both kind of good, upstanding, abstemious fellows, but we have a little flutter every year about which graduation ceremony can make the most noise. We have 8 graduation ceremonies this summer, and the ceremony this morning, which was the first one, set the bar pretty high, actually. So the question for us, Chancellor, is can this ceremony do any better? Do you think we should give them a practice? So why don't we then, just to get the juices going and get ourselves in the moods, on 3, make as much noise as you can. I'm going to count you in. 1 and 2 and 3. I think they can do better. Yeah, it's not a bad start. I mean, it's kind of, obviously that kind of post-lunch thing has got them going, but not enough yet. We'll give them another chance in a minute because, it's a serious competition, as you know. Graduands. I want to pay tribute to you all because your dedication, your commitment to get to this point in any year, any graduand sitting before us has shown huge effort, huge work, late hours, all of the rest of it. You know better than I do what you've been through. But what you've had to overcome as a class of 2024 is something which for some of us seems quite a long time ago, but actually it wasn't so long ago, and that was the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. That really changed the way that you had to study, not just study, but the way that you had to deal with, for many of you, your first steps into growing adulthood and dealing with your families, your loved ones all around you. I think you've shown incredible resilience and incredible determination to get there. So come on, really well done. Congratulate yourselves. I mean, you've got many of your fabulous staff, your fabulous lecturers, tutors, professors up here amongst us. What do you think, guys? I mean, I think it's kind of taken a bit of a dip there, don't you? And the first attempt was a bit better, so we've got to see that lift again. Today, as you cross the stage, each one of you will be adding to the great history of this university, of your university. And I want to just say a little bit for you, but also for your guests, about the ceremony you're about to participate in. First of all, as you come across the stage, you need to pause in front of our Chancellor. And our Chancellor will award the degree by tapping you with the Dundee bonnet. So there's a couple of points to make here, maybe 3. Number 1, no selfies with the Chancellor. Dance your way across, have a great time, but no selfies with the Chancellor. Secondly, the Chancellor doesn't have infinitely long arms. So get close enough so that he can actually doff you with the cap. And thirdly, I promise you, it does not hurt. This bonnet is actually made by the famous 9 Trades of Dundee, and it's been used at every Dundee University graduation ceremony. I think probably the first graduation ceremony, George, it was used at was when you graduated. Originally, it was wielded by our first Chancellor, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. So you'll pause at the Chancellor, he'll doff you with the university bonnet, and you'll pass by the university mace. That's the one on the left closest to me. University mace has been used at every ceremony in this university for the last 110 years. It's a symbol of our degree awarding power. It's the ultimate symbol of the university. And alongside it, a bit further to my left, is the mace of the city of Dundee. And we're incredibly proud of our city. You all know that we think of ourselves of Dundee and for Dundee. And so it's always such a pleasure and a privilege to welcome illustrious civic leaders like Baillie Wright here to represent the city and to demonstrate that closeness of our relationship. On the right-hand side, you'll see the rector's mace, and our inspiring rector in his own Dundee bonnet in Dundee blue looks after the interests of all of you, of all our students. Our gowns also represent the association with the city and with the borough of Dundee. The patron saint of our city and of our borough is St. Mary the Virgin, and by tradition, her colour is liturgical blue, and that is the blue of our robes. And our symbol is the Madonna lily on a fleur-de-lis. And as well as being the symbol of the patron saint, it's the symbol of our city of Dundee. And finally, well, we're a Scottish university, and you're a tenacious bunch, and there's nothing more tenacious than the thistle. So that represents your effort. So that's your history lesson on the ceremony. Let's talk a little bit about our university, your University of Dundee. Our mission is to transform lives here in Dundee and globally. And we do that through the creation, the sharing, and the application of knowledge. We talk about being a triple intensive university, combining our strengths in teaching and learning, research and impact, and enterprise and engagement, all with our community, for our community, with a strong commitment to what a great university exists to do, social purpose. The university was co-founded by Mary Ann Baxter in 1881, and Mary Ann pioneered gender equality in education. I'm really proud that as an institution we continue to champion equity and inclusion in all its forms, be it through our Athena Swan Gold Award, a Race Equality Charter, or a well-established Africa initiative. I want to turn a little bit to our Chancellor. I mentioned a little bit about Lord George Robertson earlier. George was installed as the 6th Chancellor of the University of Dundee in November last year. So this is George's first summer graduation in that chair. But it's not the first time he's crossed the stage because, as I said, George earned an MA in economics as part of the very first cohort of University of Dundee graduates in 1968. And really, really importantly, in 1968, first being doffed with that bonnet, University of Dundee graduates had a choice. They could graduate with a University of Dundee degree, or they could graduate with a degree from our mother university at the time, St Andrews. George not only chose to graduate with a Dundee degree, but he championed Dundee, he championed his university, and he's been a champion of our university, of social purpose ever since, as a fledgling student politician here in the university and throughout his incredibly illustrious career. George, it is always such a pleasure and honour to welcome you back to our ceremony here to officiate today. As a university community, of course, I've talked about being of Dundee and for Dundee. We've taken a central, and we continue to take a central and transformative role in the renaissance of Dundee. And you'll have heard, no doubt, this morning, the wonderful news that the City Council has granted planning permission to bring the Eden project here to Dundee, something that colleagues across the university have been working together with many partners on over the last few months. And we will, as a university, continue to support our city in that future transformation and to take Dundee to the world and also to bring the world to Dundee. Because we are genuinely a global university. That sense of community here is central to our identity. It's the heart of all we do. It's the heart of all that we do here and globally. We have students and staff from over 140 different countries across the world. Many of these countries are represented in the graduates I see before me. And we continue to take that triple intensity and take triple intensity out to all of our partnerships and projects in regions such as Malawi, Ghana, China, Singapore, Iraq, to name just a very few. So what does that triple intensity mean in practice for those of you in front of me today graduating from our School of Life Sciences and School of Business? Well, let me pick on an individual that's up here on the stage, and that's Sir Philip Cohen. Sir Philip has been at the absolute core of driving life sciences in Dundee for perhaps, Philip, more decades than you like to remember. But as well as being one of our most outstanding researchers and one of our most outstanding colleagues in driving research into business, Philip's also an incredible educator. Today, we graduate Philip's 50th and 51st PhD students. It's a remarkable achievement for the students, but it's also a remarkable achievement for Philip. Please join me in congratulating Philip. Dundee has been the top-ranked university in the UK for biological sciences research for over a decade. That's an amazing achievement. That's higher ranked than Oxford, Cambridge. Well, there's only one top, isn't there? Top for over a decade. We're a world leader, genuinely a world leader, in new areas of research that are changing the way we discover and develop drugs for a wide range of life-limiting diseases, including many previously thought to be untreatable. Our new Centre for Targeted Protein Degradation is leading the way globally in this field, while our Drug Discovery Unit and Division of Signal Transduction Therapy continue to illustrate our unique prowess in harnessing collaboration with industry. Our efforts focus very much on the translation of our research into tangible benefits, both to patients, really exemplified by our inspiring honorary graduate today, and also to business and to economic development. So we are the best university in the UK for supporting spin-out businesses arising from research. It's not just me saying that. That's the UK venture capital industry. And we're developing a new innovation hub to anchor more of the unicorn companies that we develop here in Dundee in our city, with an ultimate vision to help our city become an even stronger magnet for higher value jobs in life sciences and health, and to really drive that renaissance. We're growing our business experience all the time, our expertise all the time. Those of you graduating the School of Business today have been part of one of the fastest growing and most diverse business schools in the UK. One that's now accredited by AACSB, a major international stamp of quality assurance, done in record time. And that places us among the top 6% of business schools in the world. The core mission of the school is to have a positive impact in our society. That's exemplified by our teaching and our research relationships, and particularly with the Cooperative College UK, the Africa Scotland Business Network, and very proudly with Al Maktoum College. Relationships that don't just enrich our business school, but also our broader university in our city. We are champions of principles for responsible management education, one of only 47 schools worldwide. And the school really demonstrates a focus on the UN Sustainable Development Goals and supports SMEs, we're a very SME-based economy in this country, to grow their business through the Help to Grow programme. All of you here today, the graduates that have gone before you, those that will follow you across the stage in years to come, you are our hope for continuing and driving that delivery, meaningful change on inclusion, on climate action, population health, to name just a few of the pressing issues of our time. You're the next generation who will put your minds to helping solve some of the big issues of our time. You've gained new knowledge, new skills. You can now take them out into the world. Just as importantly, maybe even more so, you've made new friends. Maybe even your life partners. There are a few up here on the stage who have met their life partners here in the Dundee journey. And you've definitely found out more about yourselves. It's my most sincere hope that your time at this university, your university, has equipped you to take the next step into the next part of your lives with a confidence and a spirit of adventure. Be bold, be creative, be innovative, make your own impact. As graduates, you become global ambassadors with a lifelong membership of this university, your university, the University of Dundee. You must always consider this your university. You'll forever be part of our community. I hope you take pride in that membership. I hope you take pride in your university and share passion for it and for our city in the years ahead. You should be immensely proud of what you've achieved. We certainly are. Your relatives, your loved ones, your friends, staff, I am incredibly proud of what you've achieved. You're a credit to this university, and you're a credit to our broader community. I look forward to hearing more about your stories and where you're going next and in the future and what you've done at the garden party this afternoon and beyond in that continuing relationship with your university. All of us, all of your community, wish you the very, very best for the future. Now, before we commence the ceremony where you come, and remember, he's not got infinitely long arms. Reach, yes. Arms, no. But I've got to win that bet. And we need to get the juices flowing. So again, on the count of 3, and upstairs as well, remember, get into the spirit of this, celebrate, have fun. On the count of 3, let's see how much noise you can make to get things going. 1, 2, 3.
Of course, the principal only does that in order to get applause for his remarks, but there you go. I now call upon Professor Susan Kinnear from the School of Business.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Bachelor of Accountancy with Honours. Arbaz Bakar. Christian Barber. Faria Begum. Amelia Branson Monk. Thomas Carlyle. Olivia Chapman. Joshua Clark Herriot. Ross Davidson. Kyle Drysdale. Kai Duncan. Emmanuel Durojaye. Struan Griffiths. Callum Hay. Connor Heward. Isaac Jarman. Joshua Kyle. Andrew Lindsay. Catriona McRae. Alida Masoon. Cameron McKelvey. Ronan McKenna. Alistair Mitchell. Grant Patrick. Arham Rauf. Jack Robertson. Karan Singh. Ellie Sterling. Tamara Taylor. Jack Todd. Russell Walker. Natalia Wojcik. For the degree of Bachelor of Finance with Honours, Adam Young. For the degree of Bachelor of International Finance with Honours, Dean Cruikshank. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Penny Chen. Genning Fang. Kijin Huang. Nanjing Mu. Sijin Zhang. Jamie Aitken. Jiazi Chen. William Chester. Jack Devon. Jack Hughes. Toby Hurst. Jade Reed. Seyale Shirke. Prince Agri van Mark. Toby Arnold. Hader Azaz. Hussein Azaz. Connor Brown. Finlay Bruce. Olivia Chalmers. Chi Chung. Cody Clark. Travis Calhoun. Matthew Comiskey. Ferdous El Ambarani. Zahia El Tiktash. Catriona Farrell. Lara Fitzsimmons. Omar Hasnan. James Herries. Lewis Hill. Isa Islam. Fiza Kamran. Shaima Khan. Samuel Lalondrel. Hannah Livingston. Thalia Mangonan. Clara Mann. Sophie Marshall. Heather McCormack. Rory McRae. Katie McGowan. Joshua McVeigh. Danielle Mohammed. Charlotte Nicholson. Rebecca Patton. Jack Scott. Mark Sims. Catherine Steele. Neve Stenhouse. Talia Tate Davis. Daniel Tandon. Erin Taylor. Olivia Thompson. Cara Vickers. Lauren Wise. Kiyu Yu. Yuntao Zhang. Ziyuan Gu. Feiyu Yao. Ethan Daly. Ben Gawley. Lucy Greaves. Joshua Harris. Connor Sobey. Jiayi Wang. Keris Evans. Z Lin. Archie Lumsden. Callan Mulholland. Gabriel Ogugu. Ross Campbell. Minky Dye. Katie Galligan. Z Cow. Man Tang. Holly Wilson. Sue Fung. Callum Gar. Alexander Kennedy. For the degree of Master of Arts with Honours, Andrew Bergevin. Sophie McKinnon. Leah Saleh. Amy Hewson-Smith. Josh Hampson. Lucy Park. Freddie Gearing. Natalia Gulikiak. Aidan Ferguson. Wayne Scott. Lachlan Shaw. Jack Strobel. Craig Affleck. Jack Cruikshanks. Grace Wood. Sarah Sali. Yuk Yu. Blair Flight. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Atanas Georgiev. Greg Monacan. Henri Greenbaum. For the degree of Master of Arts, Bozidar Anarov.
We're now going to hear from the University Choir again. Many thanks to the University Choir, always brilliant during these ceremonies. I now call upon Professor Marius Stavridis from the School of Life Sciences.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Anna Hodebaye. Lisha Lin Shan. Frederick Linsell. Shadia Musi. Ada Newell. Ivor Reeve. Jack Grown. Patrick Skur. Eilina Daldrup. Crystal Lim. Hayley Bell. Bethany Dow. Lou Fornes Burnell. Jacob Harvey. Ellie Hammerstone. Christina Juvonen. Judith Matute. Wednesday McIntosh. Finn Ritchie. Elizabeth Taylor. Callum Tom. Adam Walker. Alexander Amat. Xenia Anagnostou. Jennifer Anderson. Sean Armour. Timothy Bates. Ellie Campbell. Hannah Cormack. Sam Forsyth. Arwen Geen. Jacob Greenbank. Joshua Holstead. Yarlini Kanesan. Denise Kwa. Dikshia Lamsal. Cameron McCarthy. Bernadette McElhinney. David McLean. Efrosini Konomo. Catherine Orpin. Anna Pastor. Maxime Paxton. Benjamin Potts. Douglas Robinson. Emma Sandiford. Georgios Sergidis. Elizabeth Sharp. Samantha Sutherland. Eve Wood. Jenny Yang. Adam Martin. Olivia Mruk. Milos Sheska. Mary Matheson. Emma Morrison. Hazel Surtees. Vida Adigu. Suleiman Ahmed. Ria Alvarez. Katie Angel. Rado Angelov. Dora Angelova. Katie Bates. Holly Bennett. Meg Berryman. Elise Cable. Rachel Chin. Katie Clark. Anna Krielman. Erin Dumenil. James Ferguson. Catherine Fisher. Daniela Flores Ardila. Shannon Francis. Ashani Garg. Akshaya Kosh. Joseph Hamilton Black. Ruby Harrower. Anika Hussain. Grace Jessamine. Alana Johnson. Brandon Johnson. Ana Jurado Santos. Jay Kapoor. Sophie Kerr. Rabinur Khurana. Emily Kirkpatrick. Rahul Kishore. Horeb Lau. Emily Lawson. Faith Liu. Kirsty Loden. Gillis McIntosh. Louise Moore. Clancy Nabaichi. Wajiha Naeem. Jinghui Neo. Maria Otero Araez. David Oye Igbemo. Ella Perks. Isabella Petru. Cameron Prempe. Dalia Puch. Ioannis Ragoussis. Alexia Renault. Scott Roberts. Alexander Russell. Christopas Rutkauskas. Rio Sakazawa. Daniel Sanae. Marina Sanchez Garrido. Shambhavi Shandilia. Holly Snedden. Celeste Tay. Paula Tomaszewska. Adele Valentova. Sakthi Venkatesan. Theodore Forster. Francesca Winchester. David Wright. Ashley Zimunya. Alice Blake. Adam Bryson. Ashley Fubister. Niamh Gunnan. Lauren Masterton. Peter McBride. Tegan J. Mellor. Mary Mortimer. Yan Ji Sung. Paul Tamister. Christina Anderson. Aditi Admasida. Lily Bremer. Louise Chapman. Ευθυμία Δημητριάδη. Γεωργία Γκολέμη. Jessica Griffith Starbon. Karar Hussain. Hamish Johnson. Leo Lee. Desiswava Manova. Lucia Puchades Jimeno. Siobhan Adesida. Ahmed Pouad. Rachel Croft. Juste Grinskita. Alexander Hardiman. John Headley. Amy Hose. Rebecca Kerr. Ridvan Kuchuk. Gillian MacDonald. Ailey McMenamin. Tosca Moose. Sebastian Papageorgiou. Alba Pascual Clavel. Nicole Promchai. Evan Robertson. Ellen Smith. Martina Schramm. Kay Taylor. Olivia Williams. Sophia Yule. Esma Ahmedova. Raz Ali. Callum Clark. Nada Eldakra. Alexandra Faneromeniti. Brendan Harrison. Hamna Ikram. Hilton Katso. Martha Kinghorn. David Lowe. Hannah Peacham. Yasmin Reyes. Olivia Russell. Tom Forster. Emma Lawrenson. Hannah Roper. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Keris Getty. Marianne Khalil. Alexandra Morgan. Lucas Wood. Alana Jardine. Zoe Tasset Garcia.
Thank you, Professor Stavridis. I now call upon the Interim Dean of the School of Life Sciences, Dr. Paul Davis.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Master of Science by Research, Tara Birchall. Madeline Davies. Alexandra Harris. Emily Lyon. And for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Eleanor Adams. Katrina Aiken. Anna Fleming. Andrew Fraser. Dominic Gervich. Alicia McCrory. Connor Mitchell. Simone Montagna. Michael Ness. Markita Novotna. Christian Polo Rivera. Sophia Pouliasis. Philippa Rosewell. Hayley Shaw. Nushin Sheidaye. Barnaby Stonier. Samuel Taylor. Margarida Trigo. Harriet Watt.
I now call upon Professor Sir Mike Ferguson to present the honorary graduate for the degree of Doctor of Laws.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, Professor Sharon Peacock, CBE. Sharon has done many brilliant things in her career, which is why she's a Commander of the British Empire and a Fellow of the Academy of Medical Sciences, amongst many other accolades. I'm going to give a couple of examples of her brilliance, though. Sharon was the brains and coordinating power behind COG UK, which stands for the COVID-19 Genomics UK Consortium. COG UK ran from April 2020 to April 2023, with Sharon as Executive Director and Chair. It took delivery of over 1 million leftover COVID-19 PCR test samples. How many of us remember those? They then used very advanced technologies at the Wellcome Trust Sanger Institute and elsewhere to read the genetic code of the COVID-19 virus in each and every one of them. As we all learned to our cost, the virus mutated much faster than we would have liked. It was Sharon's COG UK team that provided the nationwide surveillance on which variants were where in real time. Indeed, it was Sharon and her colleagues who spotted the Kent or Alpha variant in the fall of 2020. Knowing what we were up against enabled the health services to be one step ahead, forewarned. Further, COG UK was able to track when other variants, Beta, Delta, Omicron and so on, entered the UK and how they were spreading through the regions. Again, allowing healthcare systems and vaccine developers to plan accordingly. Quite rightly, Sharon was awarded the Medical Research Council's highest award for this work, the Millennium Medal in 2021, for her extraordinary leadership of the COG UK venture, which was the envy of the world. Sharon is also an expert in antimicrobial resistance, or AMR. Translated simply, AMR means the drugs don't work. It means that many bacteria that cause disease are no longer killed by antibiotics. Sharon is a leading expert in the use of microbial genomics in surveillance, and she has published extensively in this area and helped shape an entire field of research. Her holistic views and acute intelligence are highly sought after. She has advised many national and international agencies and has been a tremendous force for good. Locally, we have benefited greatly from Sharon's advice and wisdom in our own research relating to AMR, for which we are truly grateful. On a personal note, Professor Peacock is one of the smartest and most effective people it has ever been my privilege to work with. I recommend to everyone that they check out Sharon's Desert Island Discs and Life Scientific editions on the BBC archive. These provide pixelation to a life lived to the full. Sharon left school at 16 to work in a corner shop, was a dental nurse and then a nurse before studying medicine at Southampton and embarking on her glittering career, which included several years working in Vietnam. She has been supported throughout this epic journey by her husband Peter, who I'm very pleased to say is with us here today, and indeed their children. Sharon is Professor of Public Health and Microbiology at the University of Cambridge. She's a non-executive director of Cambridge University Hospitals and is just about to become Master of Churchill College, Cambridge. She is a great example of where education can get you, whether it is by conventional or less conventional routes. And she's a huge asset to everything she touches. Chancellor, for her services to medical science and to the nation, I have the honour to invite you to confer upon Professor Sharon Peacock, CBE, the degree of Doctor of Laws.
I don't know whether... I do that. No, I've got it. By the authority of the Senate, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws. Thank you so much for all you've done. I'll keep that.
Well, thank you so much for that kind introduction. It's really interesting when you're sitting in a space where someone's recounting your life, and I'm sure that will happen to you one day because you're brilliant students and you've got a lot to offer. And I'd just like to say that it's a real honour to be addressing you on this happy day of celebration. So what I'm really enjoying is this electric sense of achievement here. I've never heard such loud applause, by the way, so I think from my perspective, this is the winning audience so far, from my perspective. I think it's just fantastic. So each one of you will have your own story to tell about what has gone into the journey that you've taken to get here today. This includes learning at the university as well as development as a person. And I stand before you as someone who is at the other end of their career to yourselves, and I wondered what advice to give you based on my own experiences. So I just came up with 3 reflections. The first is the power of self-belief and the importance of acknowledging your own potential. So you're on the very threshold of the next phase of your life, which can be both exhilarating and daunting. So at school, your focus was on getting into university. Once you're admitted to Dundee, your focus was getting to your degree and to today. Now, you're looking into the future, and the next phase is full of possibilities and options for you. Now, you know in your own heart and mind your hopes and dreams, and you may have shared those with the people that matter to you. Or, if you're anything like me, when I was younger, you may be holding it back. When I was a student nurse with 6 months training behind me and a lack of science GCSEs or A-levels, I knew I wanted to study medicine. I didn't dare tell my colleagues or friends since the idea sounded fantastical, and I worried that people would think I was not up to the path I'd set myself. But I discovered over time that self-doubt is not an asset, and I encourage you to be bold in your goals and ambition. Right now, you don't have any inclination of what your true capability is during your lifetime until, like me, you're looking back on a life lived, as you've heard from Mike. So your future rests in the palm of your hand, and your potential, I believe, is absolutely unlimited. It's a bit like the world comes to Dundee, Dundee needs to go out to the world and give your best. And that's what I've heard today. So my second reflection is really the importance of embracing uncertainty and remaining flexible and willing to test out new opportunities as you head out from today. So looking back on my own life, one of the drivers of my success, even though I didn't realize it at the time, was a willingness to change my mind about the future direction on a fairly regular basis. For example, I didn't start out with the intention of becoming an academic, and I find it surprising that this was my path and my true north. What this reflects is that I bent in the wind of opportunity. If a door opened and something looked interesting, I went through it. Now, many people who are at the top of their field have very similar experiences. Careers are often shaped through meeting a series of supportive and sometimes visionary people. And as you crossed the stage today, I saw you acknowledging people on the stage. So some of those people are here today. They will help to influence and encourage you to take opportunities. But I have to say that life in general, and your career in particular, will prove to be a winding path rather than running in straight lines. And it's useful to remember that. Now, my third reflection is the importance of helping others as you progress in your own career. So small but regular acts of support can have a major effect on the career of the people around you. My own example of this is that when I was trying to get into university all those years ago, I couldn't. I was rejected 2 years running. Nobody wanted to offer me a place in medicine. And so my husband actually said, why don't you pick up the phone and ring Southampton, your preferred choice, and ask to meet them? And a colleague, David Wilson, he was the academic admissions tutor, he saw me, he interviewed me, he offered me a place, and I was in that coming academic intake that year. So that act by the admissions tutor completely changed my life. And you can do that to other people. And that is why I'm recounting this story collectively to you, because you are hugely influential as a group of people, even if you don't yet appreciate that. So for me, I think the biggest thing that I've achieved, you've heard the accolades, the biggest thing I've ever achieved in my life is lifting others as I progressed, and that's my most valuable achievement. So to conclude, your current success to date has revolved around exams, book work, remembering a great many facts. I guess you remember that quite clearly at the moment, sitting here today. But exams are only one measure of success. And from here on in, your learning will be largely shaped by your life. So I do wish you every success as you leave this wonderful university, a great start in your academic life, and as you carve out your future. So thank you for listening and good luck.
I now call on the Principal to address the Assembly.
Chancellor, I have the honour to invite you to confer the degrees in absence upon the candidates who have been unable to attend this ceremony.
By the authority of the Senate, I confer these degrees.
That was fun. So, of course, I told you that this university transformed lives. Transform your lives. Graduands, graduates. So before I go, I want to give you a couple of opportunities. First opportunity is the most important one. It's the opportunity to thank those here in the audience, those who are not here but have been with you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your partners, and also your staff. So please join with me in thanking all who have supported you in this journey. Now, there's a little matter of a bet. And actually, looking out that window, I'd say that Dundee's kind of delivered on the sunshine. Yep, Sean's telling me sun's shining. So the garden party awaits. But before you go to the garden party, you've got one last duty. You've got to win me this bet. Sharon said you were pretty good, but I think you can do better. So, this is the last chance you're going to get in this ceremony to prove that you really are the loudest, the most involved, really celebrate your achievement. So come on the count of three, all you lot up there as well. 1 and 2 and 3!
It's pretty good. We'll see by the end of the week whether you've won this major, but I've won the major. Can I ask you all now to be upstanding? I declare that this academic ceremony is finished. Thank you.